Welcome back to another episode of ToK Talks. Today, I am joined by Janet, Miss J Sews, who teaches newbies to sewing how to set up and get started. Before I introduce Janet, bring her onto the stage, welcome back to another live. I hope you are looking forward to the yummy discussion that's going to be taking place. If you don't know who I am, my name is Janine. I'm a live video strategist and business coach, the founder of my business and brand, Boss It Live. And what I do is teach business owners and creators how to confidently and strategically use live video to grow their audience and make sales. And I do that with a proven framework to help you attract your ideal audience, build engagement that converts. Now, thank you to those of you that are jumping in to today's live. It is good to see you, Natalie. We missed you on the TikTok live earlier on today. Good to see you as well, Susan. Thank you so much for being here. But you don't want to hear from me, guys. You want to hear from the lady of the moment. So don't forget to give this a thumbs up if you are watching on Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube. Thumbs up, reshare this, and do let us know where you're joining from. So, Janet, are you ready to join me on the stage? Here she is.
Hello, everyone. I'm happy to be here.
Welcome in. I forgot to check the old sound quality. I think we're good for sound. Yes, we are good for sound. It is good to see you. You're looking beautiful, Miss J Sews. Jan, what do you prefer? Miss J Sews, Jan, or Janet?
Whatever rolls off the tongue for you is fine. I answer to everything.
What rolls off the tongue? But it's good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. You're looking very beautiful as always.
As you are too.
Well, I had to get the old kabuki brush out earlier on. I was sweating through the old makeup, darling.
Talk about it. I was a different woman half an hour ago.
I know you said on the actual live earlier on. So before we get into the discussion, I'm going to ask you to just introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about, if you remember the power hook from day one of the challenge, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about who you are and what it is that you do, Janet. Thank you.
I am Janet. Thank you for the lovely introduction. I am Janet, known as Miss J Sews, and my area of expertise is sewing. So my reason for being here is to really encourage everyone to start sewing. So I speak mainly to beginners who want to start, maybe a bit hesitant to start, may not know how to start, and I encourage them by giving them active steps and things to do that give them encouragement to blow the dust off their sewing machine and get sewing. So that is what I do.
Girl! This is like a proud mama in the background, not even fully officially mama yet, but I loved your introduction. So confident. So you've been doing your homework. Lovely to have you here. So you essentially are helping those who are, would you say, enthusiasts who are new to sewing, and is it about helping them with their confidence and the things that they need to really do initially to get themselves set up for success?
Most definitely, because I think that sewing is a wonderful skill to have. Yeah. And I won't go into that now because I'll be here all day rabbiting about sewing. But yeah, I think a lot of people, and I know a lot of people want to start sewing or have started sewing and have lapsed because they've started fighting with their sewing machine for various reasons. That's one of them. Sometimes it's because they think they can't afford to do it, or sometimes they've made mistakes and it's put them on the back foot. Or they've even got friends or relatives discouraging them, saying, why are you sewing when you can just go down the high road and buy something? And so I try to encourage people to see sewing is a great skill to have for everybody. And it can be cost effective done right. It is fun. And when the world feels like it's going crazy, you can just close your door and get intimate with your sewing machine and just forget things for a while. Just sew and create something, because it's a very nice feeling to have something that's maybe a flat piece of fabric. And then by the end of it, you've got a frock. And it's like,
I love that.
Wow, how did I do that? It's a very nice feeling. But my jam is sewing for clothes. Yes. That's just me. I made this, but a lot of people want to sew practical things, you know, bags, even shoes. But sewing is my personal life.
It's your personal passion. Awesome. Well, before we get into the questions, Susan has said, greetings, Janet. And of course, we had Natalie earlier on. Both of your colleagues are on the Go Live in 5 challenge. So are you good for us to get started with some questions now, Janet? We're going to just talk a little bit nicely. We'll keep it nice and casual and all that good stuff. But I want to hear more from you. So let me ask you this first question. Can you tell us where you were before joining the Go Live in 5 challenge? Because I remember seeing you in my live streams quite a bit. I can't remember exactly when, but your profile always stood out to me, bright, vibrant, and then obviously your brand colors, pink. So yes, tell us where you were before joining the Go Live in 5 challenge.
Well,
Thank you.
before joining the Go Live in 5 challenge, if I'm honest, I was going nowhere fast because I had presences in nearly every social media platform there was. And I would post and I would drop stories and I would do long form videos. I do short form videos. I do carousels. I put photos, lives, crickets in the background. Hello.
No lives.
Doing lives, not her, not me. And I thought, you're an idiot. I went on TikTok one day and they were saying about this top seller who made how many million on lives. I said, pardon me, on lives? What do you mean? They sold, what do you mean? There's me doing full-scale productions of reels, characters, scripts, changing out wigs.
I've seen, yes.
Which I do enjoy. I'm an idiot at heart and I like to play around. But I'm thinking, am I missing a trick here? But then I saw some people going on live.
Yeah.
And they're there just for the vibes.
Yes,
they'll be there for like 5 hours sewing and chatting. I'm kind of, by my soul, I'm an introvert.
Okay.
Really. So for me to even be on camera is a big thing. But to go live, I thought, I don't know if I can. How am I going to do it? How am I going to speak to anyone? What am I going to talk about? What if I freeze? And I thought, you know what? Don't be silly. You can do this, but you need to know what you're doing. So I just don't want to be on there for, giggles.
Yes.
All the time. When you get a community and you get friendly, of course you're going there just for a laugh sometimes. But as a new business owner, every business needs money to survive.
Yes.
Point blank. And if you're just making content for the fun of it, that's great for the platform you're on, but not great for you. So I knew that I wanted to go live and I kind of felt reticent about it. And most of my contemporaries or who I speak to in business don't go live either.
Right.
So I thought I can just go live and wing it, or I can go live and try and get a structure. Because at the end of the day, the business needs money. It's oxygen for the business to breathe. If I go out and do lives without any kind of a framework, I may make a few friends, which is lovely, but I really need to convert. And not even just convert. If I have the product or even the semblance of a product and nobody's even giving you vibes of, I like this, or I'd buy this, or that's a good idea, or, if you don't get in that bag, you can be forever iterating with products that nobody wants.
Absolutely. And we don't want to be doing that. No.
Been there, done that, worn a t-shirt, got broke. So I'm thinking, well, I want to go live, but I want to have some kind of structure to it. Otherwise, I can ramble for Britain.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got to have structure. So before there wasn't any structure, but you saw the value in going live. And that's pretty much what made you join the challenge. But before I ask you any further, I'm going to ask you the question. So what made you decide to join the challenge in the first place? So you've obviously given us some context to seeing the value of going live, wanting some structure, but what was it in that moment that made you say yes to the Go Live in 5 challenge when you could have gone another route?
Yeah, well, I'm very much a DIY girl. I can normally figure something out for myself, but figuring something out for yourself has value, but it takes time. And sometimes it takes money because in a sense, it sounds awful to say, but time is money. The time you spend Googling, wondering, trying to figure it out yourself, you spend weeks, you could spend months when you could have just gone to somebody who's done it before you, has the experience and can show you. So that's not even why I joined initially. If you don't mind me going off on a tangent a little bit.
No, that's fine. I'll bring you back in if it goes too far.
Let's go back into time. The reason I joined is I'm very tight with money and I'm not flush at the moment. So I spend my money wisely. So I'm on TikTok and I think I saw maybe one of your former students mentioning that you in passing in a sentence. And I thought, oh, let me check out this lady.
Who was that?
I found you. I don't remember.
Is it a male or female?
It was a female. I
don't
remember. They mentioned you in passing.
Right, okay.
And I thought, I've never heard of her. There's such a thing as a life coach? Okay, let me find out. So I looked you up. And then I liked what I saw. I liked the level of professionalism. I liked the structure of your lives. I liked how much information you gave away for free. Actually, you're giving a lot of information in your lives every time you go on. And I thought every time I watch this lady, I come away a bit more informed,
Yes,
a bit more prepared, and a bit more confident. So I actually went live by myself before joining Go Live in 5.
Great.
And
I love that.
this guy did not fall in. It didn't. I actually rabbited for an hour. I don't know what I was talking about, but I rabbited for an hour. I stood.
At least you talked for an hour.
Talk for an hour, sometimes to one person, sometimes to two. Who knows who's Robert De Niro could have been on the FYP for all I know, but I kept talking. I kept talking. So then after I saw you for a while, I thought, you know what? I want to get on in life. I want to get on with it. I'm going to join. So I just joined. One day your life was on, and as soon as it finished, I joined. And that was that.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for saying what you said. I love that somebody had said something. This is the power as well of word of mouth, but also if you have that brand authority and reputation, someone will always speak about you. And then, as I said, sometimes you may think I'm going live, no one's listening or no one's paying attention, but people are speaking. They're looking for you. They, like you said, you didn't know who I was. You heard, you came and found me, and there it went. So there is so much power in showing up. I always say, show up as the authority. Don't worry about, be detached from the outcome, because the people will come, your clients will find you. And I'm glad that you found me. So thank you so much for signing up. So I want to ask you, what was the biggest thing you took away from the challenge? Because I'm going to say this, you mentioned something that Reese said, and a couple of other people have said as well, that you got a lot of value, or I was giving away a lot for free. So if you were getting things that were helping you and teaching you and helping you to become more confident, what made you, what was the thing that you took away from the challenge that was different, for example, from the free content? I don't want to spoon feed you, but I'll let you say.
Well, but the nature of lives themselves is they're a limited time. You could get your half hour, your hour, whatever you normally go live for, which is all well and good. And that might be on one particular subject, but that might not be the subject that I want to learn about at that time. Right. I wanted the structure. I'm not a lazy person by any stretch of the imagination, but I do well in a structured environment. So if I have tasks to do, I will do it. I'm a teacher's pet like that. If you give me a task, I will do it, and I'll come back and feed back to you how I went. And I liked the structure. I wanted the structure of it because I needed to kick up what's it to go live. If it's left up to me alone, I will. I'll do a carousel. I'll start going on Pinterest. I'll start rehearsing a reel. I'm always busy doing something, but it's not on camera live.
Yeah.
So I needed the kick to actually go live. And because I am my own cheerleader, I don't know what I don't know. So if I'm doing something wrong in my live, the people who are watching aren't going to tell me. And I'm not going to tell me because I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I might as well
there you go.
With an expert who can say, well, Jan, you could have structured it like this, or Jan, the hook would be better here, or will Jan do it for longer, or will Jan sit like this, or Jan sit higher, Jan sit lower, Jan fill the screen, Jan project your you're not going to tell you that because you don't know what you don't know. So that was the beauty of joining Go Live in 5. So I'm very glad that I did it actually. 5 days went so quickly, and I had a lot to do. But I'm glad that I did. It was a good experience. And on top of that, you meet some good people in the community as well. Absolutely. There's a community aspect of it, which is nice because you do everything alone. And it is a lonely place to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially when your business isn't where you want it to be yet. You've got good products. You've got good intentions for your customers. But you don't feel like you're communicating that enough. And that is my thing. I don't communicate it enough. I hide behind the written word, and I hide behind carousels and pictures and whatnot. And it's very challenging to come live.
Absolutely. But you're doing that now.
That's why I joined it.
I love that.
But that was a long answer, wasn't it?
It was. And the biggest thing you would say that you took away from that, what would you say is that? Would it be something around confidence, community side of things? Was there anything that stood out to you in particular about the challenge at the time? Janet's like, I can't remember that now. That was how long ago?
There's a lot. There's a lot I took away. I took away a lot, so I must have mentioned some of the things. I took away the need for building community within the live. We have a community in the with the Go Live in 5 crew. Yes, we have that. But building community in the live was something I wanted to learn as well. Because you can go live, but the nature of the business means you're talking in a sense to yourself. So if you don't understand how to read your comments and feedback to people and make them feel part of the experience, what is the point of going live? You could have just pre-recorded something and played it. You need a back and forth.
Yes.
They may not be audible to you, but their words are there. And the fact everybody's busy, they took time out of their day to be there and watch you, whether they're cooking at the same time or in the bath, it doesn't matter. They're watching you. And I think it's very courteous and sensible and just social, as we're on social, to give a back and forth.
Yes.
And that is challenging to me, I'll be honest with you, because I can ramble and you know, I want to make everybody feel comfortable. So that is something to think about, as well as managing the purpose for you going live, which is to promote your business. It's not, it has to be a mixture of social and promotion. And I definitely took that away from the challenge.
Good. I love that. The next question I want to ask you is, how did the challenge help with your confidence about going live, if anything at all? Because I think one of the things that, like you've mentioned, is that when you're doing business, the online space, it can be very, very lonely. And if you're not careful, you can just kind of just recline into your safe space and not show up and just do the things like you mentioned that are comfortable for you, the carousels and so forth. But I think one of the things that I know with challenges is that, and having a community-based challenge, is that you have the people that are coming alongside you, encouraging you, etc. So in terms of you, what would you say in terms of this question?
For me, because I'm very much an introvert at heart and I'm very camera shy at heart, I don't have pictures of me in the past because I'm not there in front of the camera, I run. So for me to even be in a static picture is a big deal to me. For me to be in a video is a huge deal. Now, for me to go live where you don't know what's going to happen, it's just like, is this me?
Next level.
Is it me? Complete different dimension. So that's helped me. The challenge helped me to do that because I was reluctant to go live, and I only went live one time before the challenge. And I went live. I've been live a few times. Well, the challenge finished recently, and I've been live a few times since then. And it helped me feel like no matter what happens on this live, I can handle it. That's how I feel now. I feel like if somebody throws me some mad question that I wasn't prepared for, I can answer it. If a troll comes on and says some foolishness, I can handle it. If I stumble over my words, I just say, hang on a minute, have a sip of water. Continue. The sky isn't going to fall in if I go live. And it's given me a confidence to just say, you know what, I don't look too bad at the minute. Let me go live.
I love that. Which
before would have been 6 months of prep.
Yeah, I love that. Amazing. Just going to quickly interject here. Susan has said, yes, building community. We're here again, as Reese mentioned last week. Now, the numbers have gone up, Janet, so I'm just going to do a quick reset. Welcome, everyone that's jumping in today. ToK Talks with Jan, sewing coach for beginners. We're having a lovely conversation about her experience, her journey with going live prior to joining my challenge and then jumping on to the bootcamp. So Jan, are you good to continue on with a few questions? And thank you so much for what you've shared so far. It's been very enriching. And I hope the people listening to you are encouraged. I do have to say this to you, that you know, thank you very much for what you shared. And I totally get what you're saying. And I've seen this many times before. But what I do want to say is that you have a great command of the camera, even though you might be like inside saying, oh my gosh, you have a great command of the camera. And I know that you are quick-witted. I knew that from your commentary in my live streams. But then once we'd met and I'd seen you on your live as well, when I sat with you that time on your live, it's like, this woman has got it. And so I think for you, it's not going to be a problem. It's about finding your tribe and then kind of getting them to where they need to be. And I don't think you're going to have a problem. So I'm really excited for your next step. And I'm really blessed and honored that you actually chose myself to come alongside you and the other 4 individuals who are on cohort 5 for the bootcamp. So now we're going to move into that. Janet, what made you say yes to the bootcamp afterwards? And the reason I'm asking this question, my dear, because you did say you're very let's use the word intentional with your finances, as we need to be. If you're self-employed, you're running your own business, you know, cost of living crisis. What made you say yes to the bootcamp after doing the 5-day live video challenge?
Well, to be honest with you, because I've been lurking on your lives for a while before that, I kind of had FOMO from the last one. To be honest with you, I didn't even know what
you were there for the last one. You was there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I've been
You
watching
were like
for a little while, and I was thinking, I don't even know what this challenge is about, but I kind of wish I was in it. And I would watch, and I think,
I love that.
Let me try and get some money together. Should I do it? I say, no, don't do it now. Just get your ducks in a row and let's see what's happening. So I've been having FOMO for ages, to be honest with you, for a long time, before I even knew what the curriculum was about. So yes, that's the confidence I had in you, Janine. I don't know what you're talking about, but I wanted in. What kind of nonsense is this?
I love that. This is why I want to say, you know, sometimes people feel like, I mean, I've always had a servant leader heart anyway, and I always want to help and serve people. But I say this, like, you don't have to worry about gatekeeping your content, because at the end of the day, all the time, people aren't paying that much attention. The ones who are, when they're ready to move forward, they will, because there is a journey. So this is why you must never, when I say you, I mean, generally speaking, we must never be discouraged if people don't sign up the first time or the second time. It's why it's good to have a signature program, because eventually, if you're building things in a certain way, your clients will come. Sometimes people just need a little bit longer, like yourself, to make that decision to say whether or not it's a yes for you. But I'm glad that you have. So I'm glad that you got it together. And I'm just going to say a quick, we've got a couple of people that are here. Let me just get rid of some silly people making some silly comments. Susan says here, FOMO, we don't want to miss out on the old FOMO, do we? We don't want to be FOMO at all. All right, let me move on to the next question. And thank you so much. I'm really enjoying our conversation here. I hope you are enjoying this. You're flowing in your zone of genius there, Jan.
I'm just being me. I just hope that's good enough.
I love it. It's always good enough. Okay, let me ask you this question about the bootcamp. What are you most excited to work on during the bootcamp? I feel like I have an idea what it might be, but you tell us, what is it that you're most excited about for the bootcamp?
Well, see, for me, I've got some exciting products that I'm working on, right? And I'm excited to talk about them when they're completed on the live. And it's a nice feeling to know you've got something of value to your audience and be excited about it, and not hiding that excitement behind a carousel, and not hiding that excitement behind a Pinterest pin.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be able to express clearly, succinctly, logically what I'm doing on live. And that's something I'm excited to work on in the bootcamp and beyond. And but to do it in a way where people aren't yawning, to do it in a way where people aren't just there for the fun of it. There's going to be some people within the audience that want to hear what you're saying and follow through with an order, or take advantage of a free product that I'm offering. You know, I want people that are actually engaged and excited to do the things that I'm talking about, not just people that are just watching for the sake of it because they just stumbled across. And well, they're welcome too, to be fair, but you know what I mean. I want to be targeted in what I want to achieve. And absolutely. I think without control, I ramble. So I needed the structure of a class, most definitely. So that's exciting to me. It's exciting to me to think that I should be able to get to the point where I can just turn on the camera every day and go live without fear, without trepidation, without it being a big deal, without having to psych myself up, knowing that I am the authority in my field. I'm confident. The people that are listening to me are getting some value, because I don't want to turn on the camera and not give somebody value at some point in the conversation, and get off knowing that I did my best. Someone's interested. Somebody might look out for me another time. Somebody might want to follow for more. And somebody's lurking on the FYP who comes off the FYP and actually joins alive in the next one. So it's exciting all around, really. And it's nice to just feel a personal improvement. Business even aside. For my own mental health, I like to feel that I've made an improvement in something, somewhere, every week. I like that. So even if I didn't have a business, I think I would like to be confident to go live. I think I was on somebody's YouTube the other day, and the lady said in the comments, I go on YouTube to let somebody know that I existed. And people clowned her in the comments. Well, one man did. And I thought, you know what? This lady's absolutely right. Why should you not go on camera and let everybody know that you existed? Everybody's got a voice. Everyone's got something to say. And I think going live is a really great thing. Can you imagine that in the future, somebody will remember you from your live? You could get a customer from your live. You could make somebody happy from your live. You could make money from your live. Why am I not going live?
Absolutely. And you could be the catalyst for saving someone's life by turning on that camera and going live. Absolutely, 100%. If you read, I talk about it all the time, The Dream Giver by Bruce Wilkinson, we need to understand the power of our voices in terms of how we play a role in someone's life being fully transformed. And that's why for the past decade, I've been so passionate about this, even when people are like, I don't see that, I don't know that. I was like, go live, because I understand its power. And I think that we have such a great opportunity. So I'm glad that you're leaning in, that you're getting ready to roll your sleeves up and get those videos going, get those live streams going. It's going to be extremely exciting. I'm very excited for you. So the next thing I want to ask you is, how do you think TikTok lives? Because we met through TikTok, and I know that you have a presence across, you've mentioned Pinterest, Instagram, etc. But we obviously met on TikTok, and right now TikTok really is dominating. Let's just call a spade a spade. It's dominating in this area of live video. So how do you think TikTok lives? I know you have kind of said about lives, but how do you think it can help you and your business going forward? And I think you have lent into improvements, mental health, as well as your business and changing someone else's life. But let me not talk for you, because see, I can ramble when I'm ready as well, because I've enjoyed the conversation. So let me pass it on over to you.
Yeah, okay. Well, with TikTok lives, to be honest with you, I've been sleeping on TikTok. I have not paid it enough attention at all. And I don't know why. I was more of an Instagram girly. I still like my Instagram, but Instagram and TikTok are two different vibes.
Yeah. So why you're saying that? Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you, but I was saying, why was you sleeping on TikTok? What was it? Was it because, like you said, Instagram, or what is it? Or is because a lot of people don't like TikTok. They're like, oh, that's not for me.
I tell you, I joined social media very, very late in life.
Right. Okay.
And I've somehow found myself on the Instagram side of the world, which is all well and good. But I wasn't really on TikTok. I opened my little profile way later than I did on Instagram. And I did very little with it. Somehow managed to get 1,000 or so followers, which was wonderful. But I didn't really actively produce content on there because it is so different from Instagram. If you just do your own Instagram reel, which may hit over there, it won't hit on TikTok. It's just a different beast. And it took me a while to understand that. And TikTok is more random. It seems like, you get videos from different people doing strange and wonderful things all day, which is quite the charm of it in a way. So when I realized that TikTok lives were so well organized, as opposed to, no disrespect to Instagram, then what lives are wonderful, but TikTok is a different animal. The different settings they have, and the way you can do overlays on the back, and I picked that up quick. This is completely different. It's really designed for live.
Yes.
Even on the live, you turn on the camera and you look all right on TikTok. You don't have to worry about, oh my goodness, I look rough. It makes you look decent.
Yes, absolutely.
The features are handy. You get encouragement to do live more often. They actively contact you after, go live, do this, go live, do that. And I'm thinking, I'm really missing a trick here about TikTok. So I started watching people on live to see what they were doing. And as usual, there are hundreds of people just there for the joke, And they've got that sort of business people using it in a different way. I was watching a guy who was a baker, and he would bake every day. But what he baked looked delicious. There you go. There's a lady who did hair straightening with keratin, and she'd be there every day, standing and doing hair, and she's showing off her expertise without banging you over the head with it. But it was definitely working. So I'm thinking, well, why aren't you there, Jan? What are you waiting on? Why aren't you there? So I spent time, I rearranged my room so it looked a bit more presentable. I invested in better lighting and better cameras. And I thought to myself, well, I'm gonna jump in, because TikTok is a platform that clearly I've been slow to adopt, and I need to remedying with that by going live regularly. And I think on TikTok, I have more chance, I think, being successful business-wise going live than I do with TikTok posts at this moment in time. That may well change, but at the moment, I think live is where I'm headed. Most definitely.
Absolutely.
Plus, if I use my brain, I can cut live and put it into content. So yeah.
Absolutely, 100%. So what do you think? I'm going off piece. Sometimes I do this. Sometimes I go off piece. I'm like, oh. Okay. So why do you think business owners that aren't yet on TikTok, what do you think the reason is why they're sleeping on I say sleeping on the opportunity, but why do you think people are just not gravitating, if you want to lean into your own personal thoughts around it, or generally speaking, why do you think that is right now?
I think that they don't realize that TikTok is more than just a platform. It is a retail juggernaut, and the whole infrastructure is built for potential monetization if you have your head screwed on straight. And I think a lot of people don't, me included, didn't realize this. Other platforms are nice if you just want to go on there, look pretty, and be seen and followed. Yes. That's good. And some people, just by being followed, money will follow in terms of, partner programs and sponsorships and things like that. But for small business owners, I think TikTok, in particular TikTok Live, is a great opportunity. And I think people don't understand that it's not just little kids that are on TikTok. There are professionals from all walks of life on TikTok. If you spend a day on TikTok, you'll see psychologists on here. You see social media experts on here. You will see pilots on here. You will see professors on here.
Yep. Absolutely.
They're all on here. And they all have disposable income.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think people forget this. And the fact that TikTok has its own shop tells you money's running.
Absolutely. People don't understand that the platform is priming its users to buy. It's priming people to sit down, watch, consume, and then purchase. And they're doing it, like you said, with the in-app features. Every way, shape, or form, there is a way to make money. My live earlier on today on TikTok, 20 plus pounds. I've made 80 something pounds so far, just from going lives, let alone when I had my subscription, which was 60 something people, 60 people. And that was just something that I was doing passively to try and figure out how to build community, because obviously that's where we need to be. We need to be making sure that we're showing up, but then we're fostering those community spaces. So I definitely think people do need to listen, put their ears to the ground, pay attention. And again, with TikTok, you land in you engage with a certain amount of content, then you end up in book talk or Christian talk or business talk or whatever it is for specific industries. People and the doors are still wide open, but I'm glad that you are not sleeping on it. You're not waiting, that you are making those steps. I'm going to ask you, what would you say to anybody who is thinking about or sleeping on the opportunity that TikTok provides? Because we're not talking about the boot camp as such, the cohort 5, the doors are now closed. But for those who are kind of just like, I don't know, what would you say to that person?
I would say, give it a go.
Yeah.
I think it's always better in life to try something out and decide it's not for you than not try at all. I mean, TikTok is a platform that is so well designed. What other platform has a direct integration to Stan Store, where someone could go to your Stan Store without even leaving your live, buy something, and still be there kikiing with you? Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody. What platform actively pushes your content out for you?
Yes.
I have had on other platforms where my video was seen by 2 men and a goat, and I had to just be happy with that. Whereas on this one, they're actively pushing you, your content.
Absolutely.
I don't. My only regret is not doing this last year when I was stalking you.
You know what? Everything in its time. I think you're where you're meant to be. It's not just about the time, but it's about the time. Who's on that boot camp as well? There's so many things that we don't necessarily see. So you are perfectly on time. And at the end of the day, if we're talking about delaying and so forth, I was somebody who was like, nah, I ain't doing TikTok, it's for kids dancing, I'm not doing all of that. Then when I got onto TikTok, I was like, okay, okay. And then I was going to launch this boot camp in, was it 2023? And then I pulled it. I pulled it down. I was like, oh no, I can't yet. I can't because I haven't got enough experience. I haven't got enough of a following. Yeah. All the things I tell you, not just you, but all of you that are watching, that I say, don't do that. You know, launch before you're ready. Take that imperfect action. Show up. And I didn't. And I have regrets. I was like, oh my gosh, how far could that have been? But at the same time, everything is within its time. We've got a few comments that have come up. Natalie, SBSA, one of your cohort buddies on Talk Like a Boss, has said TikTok is addictive. And I know that Natalie is someone who, like yourself, has also come from Instagram or has had that kind of the Instagram aesthetic. I just sent Natalie a message like, we're over on the old TikTok now, darling, not on the old Instagram. But yeah, but I know, like, because that's where the maturer business owner comes from, especially if you're doing the aesthetic. And Susan said it's an amazing platform to grow as well. So awesome source. It's awesome. So Janet, before we close out the live today, firstly, I want to say thank you so much for being here. It's been amazing to have this conversation with you. I'm really excited for you. You're looking stunning in one of your signature pieces that you've got on. You have to make me something. I'm not even joking.
I should have put the head wrap on to match.
Yeah, listen, you got it all going on. Absolutely, I love it. I'm going to say to you, even though cohort 5, the doors are closed for cohort 5, we're going to be opening up a wait list for cohort 6, which is in February 2026. If anyone wants to know about that, but I'll talk about that in a moment. What would you say to someone who's sitting on the fence about joining the boot camp? Because that was yourself at one stage, you sit on the fence. But what would you say to that person who's like, I don't know, maybe I'll wait, I'll leave it?
Yeah. I mean, I was on the fence because obviously I had no interaction with you prior. I just seen you a couple of times, and I deliberately cut down my social media consumption. So I was hardly on TikTok at all. So if I saw you and you're on, I'd jump on. But as a rule, I wasn't on TikTok at all. I didn't have time to, you can get into platform fatigue where you just consume and don't produce. So that's why I didn't join back then, to be honest. I didn't see you enough because I wasn't on it. Yeah. And then when I did see you now, in this time, I quickly jumped onto ToK, like, what am I saying? Remind me.
It's the Go Live in 5 challenge. Go Live in 5 sales edition. Yeah.
Right. I was on Go Live in 5. I thought,
coaching.
I said, let me go to Go Live in 5 and see how I do with that. Now, before even Go Live in 5 finished, I decided I'm going to go and move on to the boot camp, Talk Like a Boss. I decided I'm just going to go. Now, I'm normally a procrastinator. I will sit and and should I, shouldn't I, and I just came off, I think, probably the second to last lesson of the Go Live in 5. And I thought, you know what, I'll just get on with it. Get on with it. This procrastination, this should I, shouldn't I, why you just do it? You enjoyed the 5 days, and the 5 days went quickly, and things only go quickly when you enjoy them. If I didn't enjoy it, 5 days would have seemed like a month, right? Like, because I enjoyed it, it went like it was 2. I was like, it's finished already. I
love that.
Let me just sign up and do something more advanced, because I can see that the rudiments of going live and me doing well are there. I got enough information from Go Live in 5 to effectively go live, do something meaningful, and get off. That's great. But in anything, there's layers to this game. And I wanted to go to the next level of layers. I want to be able to really understand how I'm, from the products that I've crafted, how to communicate these products to these individuals, how to let them see me as it's a personality-led business now. So how they see me as me, and let them decide if they like me, and if they trust me, and if they in turn will trust my product. How do I structure that in an hour's framework, for example? How do I make sure I give enough content within that hour to make someone on that live come away with some value? And without giving everything away, which would be silly as a business owner, but without being gatekeepy or mean. Let people come away learning something, or feeling something, or wanting to do something. How do I structure that within an hour? There's always more to improve on.
Absolutely.
How do I work this platform effectively? I still am not a TikTok expert. I don't know nothing about gifts or Sometimes things come on the screen, they're telling me to swipe. I'm like, what do they want me to do? I'm trying to talk and read at the same time. So yeah.
I know it was so overwhelming for me when I first started. I was like, oh my gosh, good Lord. No, I can't.
He's telling me to swipe. What do you want?
Yeah,
and I know that with the bootcamp, I'll get better instruction on how to manage TikTok as a platform, how to manage myself as a rambler and rein it in, how to give value and lead people on the journey. When they first meet you, you want to introduce them to you, then you want to introduce them to what they could get from you, introduce them to the different products you have in your suite and how to move them along. How am I doing that? I'm not entirely sure, and that's why I'm here. So
awesome.
Bring me back again when I'm an expert, Janine, and I'll show people what I can do.
Yay! So those who are sitting on the fence, you'd say to them, get off the fence.
Get off the fence and just give it a go. Give it a go. I mean, you can learn things on your own. Obviously, you can, but there's a time implication with that. Whereas if you've done a structured framework, even the 5 days I did was better for me than me sitting down trying to Google this myself or YouTube this myself. It wouldn't have been a 5-day thing, would it? It would have been months and trial and error, and no one there to critique you or to encourage you because you're leading yourself and you don't know what you're doing. So
absolutely, 1,000.
I would say give it a go.
Give it a go. Thank you so much. Natalie says, so true. Gifts, swipe, read comments, stay on track. It's a lot. So Natalie's doing her first live the other day.
Talking and reading at the same time.
Yeah, it's a lot. Well, I want to say thank you so much for today's live. For those of you who are watching, I have been talking with Janet on ToK Talks, sewing coach for beginners. We've been having a lovely chat about her journey. So, Janet, can you tell people that are listening how they can connect with you across social media? And of course, we'll link it into the description, but do let the people know how they can connect with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's been my pleasure and my honor to be here, and I've thoroughly enjoyed the course I did with Janine earlier, and I'm looking forward to the next one, Talk Like a Boss. Check it out. You missed this cohort. What can I tell you? Sorry, but try the next one. Now, I am Janet. I am Miss J Sews on every platform you can think of. And that's spelled MISSJ and then SEWS. It's called Miss J because I am Janet. And that's how you can connect with me. I'm on all of the platforms, so look me up. I'll be happy to see you there. Leave a message, leave a nice note. Even better still, follow and tell your friends who are still shopping down the high road looking like the same as everybody else when they could have made their own outfit if they only took the time to sew.
I love that. Thank you so much. Like I said, we will make sure that all your details are linked in, so you'll just have to send that to me. So the final thing, I'm gonna leave it with you for the final thing before we close out. So anyone who is at the beginning stage of their journey, so with regards to what you do, there are those that really want to step out and learn a bit more, but they don't feel like they're good enough, or maybe it's too late for them to learn a craft like sewing, or to even be able to show up and share their gift. What would you say to that person, Janet, before we close out the live? Thank you. I want you to leave them with
I would say that it is never too late to try something new, and that is part of life, and that is the fun of living. Do not be limited by anybody, friend, relation, partner, whatever, who's telling you don't try that, you're too old. Do not listen to that. Try it, because you never know, you could excel on it. There are people out here that join social media, what people say was late in life, and are exceedingly doing well in terms of building community, building business, and even just having a good old time. So definitely do not be limited by age. Do not be limited by your finances either. You can start with a basic phone. I was on an iPhone 8, which to some people is like Fred Flintstone, but I work with what I have. Your house may be small, it may be messy. Tidy a little corner, put your phone up and do your best with what you can with natural daylight. Don't let those things stop you, particularly on TikTok, which is the most egalitarian platform out there. You can be unpolished on here and thrive. And that's the nice thing about this platform. And also, we all have a voice.
Yes.
Yeah, we all have something worth saying. Like the lady I mentioned who said she's on social because she wanted someone to know she was here.
Yeah.
That's not stupid to me. Why not?
Yeah.
People are using their platforms for bad. Why not use yours for good?
Absolutely.
Talk about what you like to do and have a good time, whether you're monetizing or not. Even more so if you have a business, particularly a personality-based business. These people need to see how you speak and what you speak about and what your values are. It's more than just selling, it's relationship building. You're not McDonald's. People want to know what you're like.
Yes. And you know, I speak about relationship building so much. Thank you so much. Yes, Susan says, yes, we all have a voice.
Yes.
Start small and develop. And that's an amazing closure. I think that's where we're going to wrap it up. Thank you so much, Janet, for your time today. I really do appreciate it. It's been absolutely lovely to chat with you. Thank you so much for joining me. And here's to your next level alongside the rest of cohort 5 on the ToK Like a Boss Bootcamp. So I'm just going to drop you back into the studio. Don't leave. But thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for everyone for your nice comments and helpful input.
Thank you so much. Okay, so that was our second interview in the ToK Talks series. As I mentioned, I was speaking with the lovely Janet, Miss J Sews across social media, sewing coach for beginners. Make sure that you connect with her across social media. Everything will be linked in the description. And if you would like to find out how you can join cohort 6 in 2026 of the ToK Like a Boss Bootcamp, if you just drop the comment bootcamp in the chat, I will send you a DM and we'll send you the information of how you can get onto the waitlist. Hopefully we'll have a few more of the cohort that will be jumping on to the live. But for now, thank you so much for your time. Have a great rest of your evening and I will see you again very soon. Take care. Bye.